Well, good afternoon, Racken. So, did you have a good first day back? I hope you did. I know all of us teachers really missed you last week, and it's really nice for everyone to be back. Okay, so are we ready to open our active worship for today? If you can get collective worship capital up and ready, and pause me and read the green, and everyone else can join into the grey. So, pause me now. And also with you. Okay, so today, get myself all sorted. Here we go. So you know what I'm going to say, 5 R's. With the 5 R's, of course, resilience, risk-taking, resourcefulness, reflectiveness, relationships. And you know what I'm going to say next. What are our Christian values? Faith, hope and love, of course. So as usual, keep these in your minds and see how they relate to our act of worship today. So today we are looking at someone called Nicola Adams. I wonder why she's an inspirational character that we're looking at today. Yes, very strong woman that we're looking at. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so Nicola Adams, have a look at her in this photo. What or why do you think I picked her for our act of worship today? Now, although she does look very smart, it's not her smartness, it's a reason why I picked for us all to look at her today. And I don't think there's actually that much in this photo that gives it away. But you know, I like to keep you guessing for a minute longer and try and work out why I picked someone, don't I? Now, let's move on. Ooh, does this photograph give you another idea about why I might pick her? I wonder. So, Nicola Adams. Now, Nicola Adams is Great Britain's first successful female boxer of all time. And she was the first female to win an Olympic gold medal for boxing in 2012. Okay, so this was London 2012. Now, as I keep saying, I know that a lot of you will be saying, I wasn't born then, I was born after 2012. But this is still a really big deal for Britain. Okay, it's not every day you get the Olympics in your country. So it was an amazing student Olympics in 2012. I still remember her getting her medal. Now, before 2012, women did not compete in boxing at the Olympic Games. So again, it's interesting, isn't it, how, gosh, just 9 years ago, people said that men could box, but women couldn't. And that just seems really bizarre to me. If men can do something, why can't women? If you don't want to do it, of course, that's perfectly fine. But it seems a bit unusual that we can say that men can do something, but women can't. It's a bit like, do you remember, if you're in my class last year, we had a big chat about this actually, and how somebody said, girls don't play football. And a lot of girls said, yes, we do. And there's lots of things which have happened, and people said, oh, girls or women, they can't do it. And then lots of women and girls have said, yes, we can. That's why it's really important that we make sure we don't say to people, oh, you can't do that because, but be open-minded and understand that we try really hard. We can do whatever we want. Now, she was the first woman to win 2 gold medals in boxing after successfully defending her title in 2016. To make boxing fair, boxers can only compete against people who weigh a similar weight to them. Nicola belongs to what is called the flyweight group. Ooh. Now, here we go. Now, her early life. So she was born in Leeds, that's north of us, and it's in West Yorkshire. Now, at the age of 12, her mother took her to the local gym where she took part in an after-school boxing class. So this is good. She's got her mum's support to help her. And Nicola enjoyed it as it gave her a lot of confidence. Must be very good for your fitness levels as well. You have to be very, very fit to be able to box, especially at an Olympic level. Now, her father showed her videos, excuse me, showed her videos of fights with Muhammad Ali, and you can see a picture of him there. Very famous boxer as well. Now, many people believe that Ali was the greatest boxing champion of all time. And these videos inspired Nicola to try to become the next Ali. So she wasn't that fussed that Ali was a man by the sounds of it and she was a woman. She said, no, that's going to be me. Good for her. It's good to have something to aim for and have someone that you aspire to be like. Now, you can see a picture of Nicola in the boxing ring just below. Now, do you have a sporting hero? Now, if it was me, who do I mention? I might mention a Scottish rugby player called Gavin Hastings. He was a brilliant rugby player. Oh, I wonder who you have as a sporting hero. If you've got time, you could pause the video and have a little chat with your class about who is your sporting hero and why. Okay, now, early successes. So Nicola was growing up and women's boxing was banned in the UK. This meant that women weren't allowed to compete in competitions. Now, the ban ended in 1996, that's 25 years ago ended, which isn't really that long. You might be thinking, that's a long, long time ago. It's not really that long ago. And in that same year, Nicola took part in her first fight at the age of 13. Okay, now we've got to remember there are very tough rules. It's not just about being horrible to them, having a fight. In boxing, there are very strong rules, okay, about what you can do and what you can't do, and you'll watch very, very carefully, okay? Now, Nicola worked hard for many years to become the best. She's tough, isn't she? She's not someone that's going to get pushed around by other people saying, you can't do that. Oh, excuse me again. Now, around 10 years later, Nicola first represented Great Britain at events in Europe. And in 2008, she won a silver medal at the Women's World Boxing Championships. So she's getting stronger and stronger. Her career is going really, really well. An Olympic journey. Now, when Nicola found out that women's boxing had been adding to the Olympic programme of events, she was determined to do all she could to represent her country. Just imagine watching maybe the Olympics and watching a sport that you passionately love, but thinking, oh, I'll never be able to do that. And not because you're not good enough, but because you're a woman or you're a girl. I can't imagine how frustrating that must be. So the frustration must have been complete delight when she found out she had a chance of being able to compete. I think that's amazing. Now, the Olympic Games takes place in a different country every 4 years. Now, athletes from all over the world come together to compete. We know that. And you really want to win a medal. If you don't, of course, you should be happy that you're there, but I think it's a real honour to be able to win a medal in particular. Now, she won a flyweight gold medal at London 2012. So this dream that she'd had since childhood, since she was very young, it came true. And Nicola hoped that the introduction to boxing to the Olympic Games would encourage other girls to try the sport. That is what really makes me think that what an amazing woman she is. It wasn't just about her. She wasn't happy that she got a gold medal just for her. She was thinking, come on, girls, look what I've shown you. You can all do it. If you want to do something, go out there and do it. That just makes me smile, really does. Now, after London 2012, and you'll see some pictures there, you might actually recognise the top picture It's not lit up now, but if you've been to London recently, you might have, maybe you stopped here, maybe you've had a look around the area, because I think you can still have a little wander around. Now, after the Olympics, her success continued. She won more titles. So she was the world amateur champion, okay? And later on that year, she actually went to Brazil. That was the next Olympic Games. And she became double Olympic champion and women's boxing's first double gold medalist. So not only was she the first woman who got a gold medal, she's the first sort of competitive boxer, female boxer in Britain. She got two, not just one, two gold Olympic medals. So she didn't just give up after she'd won one. She wanted to keep going. She wanted to see if she could do it again. Now, she received an MBE in 2013 and later an OBE. Now, you've probably heard of these before. I think I mentioned these before with other inspirational people we've looked at. And this is an award, or awards, she got two, that are given by the Queen, okay? I think we talked about Captain Tom before. Now, she was given these special awards for her achievements and for encouraging other girls to get into boxing. So, question for you. What's your favourite sport and why? What are you thinking? See, I like horse riding. I used to like playing a bit of football. I was more into watching rugby. Ooh, what other things? What do you like to watch? What do you like to take part in? If you've got a chance, you could pause now and have a little chat. Okay, now, fitness. She's a very, very fit woman. She really is. She does weights. She has to lift weights. She does press up. She swims. She runs. She cycles. And she also has to eat a lot of protein. That's through lots of meat, and also eats a lot of vegetables. She's also a fan of fruit, especially strawberries. I didn't know that she really liked strawberries, which I thought was really interesting. I like strawberries as well. Now, what are your favourite healthy foods? Have a think in your head. And if you've got time, you can pause the video and have a chat. Or if not, just have a little think by yourself. Now, I've got a little video for you to watch. Okay, so you ready? Right, so here is this little short video for you to watch. It's from Newsround, and it's an interview with Nicola Adams, which I thought you would find interesting. So I'll get rid of myself so you can watch it in peace.
Joining me now here outside the Olympic Park. Come on in, let's have a hug. It is the wonderful Nicola Adams, who won gold yesterday, your second gold. You defended your title. You must feel absolutely over the moon still. I know you have to do a lot of interviews in the morning. You're probably quite tired, but how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling absolutely over the moon. I can't believe it. I've been able to become a double Olympic champion. Hashtag doing the most.
I love it. And that smile has not left your face yet. What's the mood like amongst the whole of the Team GB athletes? Because we've got a record-breaking medal haul here. This is fantastic.
Yeah, everybody's really happy around the village. The team just can't. We can't believe what we're achieving. We started off with a little sheet with one little sheet with the medal tally on, and now we've got like 3 or 4 just going across the wall.
I know. In our office at the BBC as well, we've had to add a bit of extra paper.
Yeah.
There are too many medals that we've won.
It's really good to see. Really good to see.
What happens next now? Are you going to the closing ceremony tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to the closing ceremony tonight. Should be exciting.
And then after that, when do you fly back?
We fly back tomorrow. We're back in the UK.
It'd just be amazing, that reception you're going to get when you get back to the UK. What do you think it's going to be like?
I think it's going to be amazing, especially from my hometown in Leeds. I know they can't wait to see me. I've had so much support from Leeds and Yorkshire, so I'd just like to say thank you to everybody.
Big up the Leeds. Which is better, London 2012 gold or Rio 2016 gold?
Oh, I'd say they're probably both the same, to be honest.
Fair enough. All right, Nicola, well, it's lovely to talk to you. Thanks for joining us live here on Newsround this afternoon. How lucky are we to have a gold medalist? Show us your medal. Go on. Look at that. Fantastic. Now,
I forgot to mention this before, but I remembered as soon as we were watching that clip together. You know what strikes me about Nicola is that she's happy. She just always smiles. I was watching an interview with her. So you've heard of The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. He's an actor now, but he used to be a wrestler. And he was talking to her. He was another guest actor, and they were having a chat. And she was chatting away and just had the biggest smile on her face. She was just so happy. And he was talking to her and saying how amazing it was, and what she was doing for women's boxing was just fantastic. And she just smiled. She was so happy. Every interview I have seen with her, she's smiling. And isn't it wonderful that she's able to do something that she loves? Maybe think now. What are you thinking about? What makes you happy? Because being happy is really important. Have a little think. What is it that makes you really happy? I bet there's loads of different things. Right. Now, I was having a think and trying to think of any passages from the Bible that I could link to our acts of worship today. And I found one from the Psalms. Now, do you remember we've talked about the Psalms before? We looked at Psalm 23. Oh, I think it was last year. I don't think it was the year before. I think it was last year. And remember, it was the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Don't you remember that one? But I thought we'd look at another psalm now. Remember, the Psalms are very poetic, and they sound quite different to other books in the Bible because it's written in a slightly different way. And some psalms are about the kingdom of God, and some are royal psalms and about King David. Okay, now here's a psalm I picked for today. Your word is a lamp to guide my feet and a light for my path. Your word. I wonder whose word it is. This is from the Bible. Whose word is it? What does that mean? Who is it? Your word is a lamp to guide my feet and a light for my path. Have a little pause now. Have a little talk with your class. What do you think this psalm means? It's Psalm 119, verse 105. Okay. Well, I don't know what you ended up talking about, but for me, when I looked at this psalm, it made me think your word, God's word. Maybe it's the words that are in the Bible. Maybe it's a rule, your word, the law that God has. Your word is a lamp. So the words in the Bible, maybe they're a bit like a torch or a lamp that leads you in the right way, to guide my feet and a light for my path. So when we're talking about your path or a guide for your feet, I don't think it just means a little sort of map that you follow. I think it's talking about something bigger, and this map is a bit like your life and your feet. It's not just where your feet actually go, it's where your life goes. And if you're a Christian, you'll believe that God helps you to lead a good life and to do what's right. And if you ask him, he'll give you a guide, he'll help you along so you know the right way to go. Okay, and I wonder if God helps people to achieve their very, very best. I wonder what you think. If you're a Christian, I think you believe that God is always there and always there to help and be there and support you. So if there's something that you really want to do, if you're a Christian, then you probably believe that God can give you a helping hand. Okay, so here we go. Next page ready? Lord's Prayer. So, got the words up. I'm hoping some of you might now have some of the words of the Lord's Prayer in your head and that you can remember some of it, because it would be really good if you could start to remember some of the words, if not all of the words, without looking. Okay, for those of us who are joining in. Okay, so for those of us who are joining in, hands together, eyes closed. If not, we sit quietly and we show respect. Okay? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Okay, Collective Worship Council, are you ready? Okay, pause me now so you can close collective worship. And make our school a place of love. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a great start to your day tomorrow as well. And I shall see you all soon. Bye for now.